Hello and welcome to my channel, Jamie from Colors. I'm Jamie and today we are going to start a mini series called Fantasy Skin Tones. So we're going to be doing some skin tones, hopefully some little bit of a shorter video because that's all we're going to do on each picture is the skin tone. And in fantasy colors, so colors that you wouldn't naturally find on people. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work in Jasmine Beckett-Griffith's coloring book, Mermaid's coloring book. I love Jasmine Beckett-Griffith. I love her first book, the fantasy book, so much that mine is falling apart and I've taken so many pages out of it. And so it's time to dive into this one and use pictures out of this book. And so today we are going to make this little mermaid red. Yep, she's going to be red. So let's get started. Okay, so we're all zoomed in on her, and I've pulled colors for her. I have this color chart book. You've seen it before. And I do have a section in here that I have dedicated to fantasy faces. And so I have faces of all colors in here. And it's not important, it's not as important what colors you choose for skin more than it is important how you shade them and where you put your lightest colors versus your darkest colors. To make the skin and the face come to life and look more dimensional than just a flat color. And so that's what we are going to do today. So we want red, but we're going to have some highlights in this red skin. So we're going to use 1013 Deco Peach to just lay down a very soft layer. You're probably not even going to hardly see it on the paper on her skin. So this needs to be very light, very soft for us to build the rest of our colors on and for us to blend into later on those highlighted parts of her face. It's very light, you're probably not even going to notice it. Go over the nose, mouth, down her neck. She's got a little bit of a shoulder over here. She's got a little bit, her arm is here. And then her stomach, and it goes into her tail. And we're not going to do her tail. So we're just going to go right there. Okay, we got her ear. Alright, so that was the Deco Peach 1013. Now we're going to take Carmine Red 926 and we're going to do a light layer just right over the top of that Deco Peach. And we're just going to leave our very, very highest highlights uncolored. So it's going to be like the very center of her forehead here, maybe right under her eyebrow. And then right in the apple of her cheek. Okay. Her nose. Right there on her nose. So we're just going really light. Really, really light. Okay. Okay, then her neck is going to be dark, and especially under all this hair. Go ahead and fill that in. The shoulder. We have her arm. We're going to leave just a little tiny bit at the high edge there, and then we're going to color in the rest of it. Okay. Then we want to go to our next darkest color, which is going to be Poppy Red 922. And we're going to go in the shadows. I want to start building those shadows on the edge of her face, under anything, under her hair, under her eyelashes. Again, a soft, light, pressured layer. You don't want to press. I'm going to go up down her nose here. I'm going to kind of give her a little shadow there. And on this side of her nose as well. Taking it into that eye, those eyelashes. You're noticing that I've done other pictures with skin. So I'm doing the exact same thing I would do with those colors with the reds. It's the exact same. You're gonna just build up those shadows like you were doing them with blush colors and browns and those colors we're used to using on the skin. We're just going to do the exact same thing, this time using reds. So right around her nose. Okay, she's got kind of a round nose, so we want to put some shadow on those smaller parts. Okay. Around her lips, under that bottom lip there. And we put up on her forehead as well. Then we're going to take this color down her neck. And into those shadows. Start to give us the idea that those shadows are there. You want nice sharp pencils to get in the tooth of that paper. Able to put really light layers that we can build up. Okay. Then let's get our next darkest color, which is going to be Scarlet Lake 923. We're going to do the same thing, go in those shadows and just don't blend out as far as we did with the last pencil. Just deepen up those shadows. Right along our jawline there. Light pressure, circular motions, just bringing that shadow to life. We're getting right in the crease of our eye, and then making that bridge of her nose. Right underneath her bottom lip. Okay, then let's come up in here. Staying a little tighter in those shadows than you did with the previous colors. Okay, then let's go to our next darkest color, the Crimson Red. 924. Go even, keep those shadows even closer. Again, still soft layers, no pressure. Just lots of layers. That's going to build up the color. Right in the crease of her eye. Bring it a little bit down the bridge of her nose. Up into the crease of her eye. Okay. I'm going to draw a line a little bit. Maybe not all the way down to her chin. Just a tad under her lips there. And then let's get that neck right up against where her chin would be casting a shadow. Okay. Okay, then let's take Crimson Lake. And we're not going to take this everywhere, but in those, just to darken up a few places. Here, in the crease of her eye. Here. Let's get it under this eye a little bit. Just a little bit. Right nose, under her lip. Right under her chin. Here. Okay, and then espresso just for the deepest, darkest spots. So we don't want too much of this, maybe just right up by her eye, right there in her hairline. Because we don't want to take away that it's red. Just a couple of spots. Okay, then we need to, let's go back to using, let's see, I'm going to start with Scarlet Lake 923 and just start blending out some of those shadows. Don't want to go out too far yet. We've got a couple lighter colors that we can still pull to go into the highlighted areas. Down the sides of her nose. Up into her eyes, kind of pull that a little bit. Eyelids there, blending that out. blend that out. Okay, then let's go in with our lightest red color, the Carmine red. We still have that Deco Peach that we can get in the lightest colors with, but let's go ahead and blend it out a little more with this Carmine red. We're still not going to press a lot. We just need to kind of blend it out. If you press too much, you're going to get too dark with this color. So we're going to use a trick to help blend it out even more. Okay, then let's get that peach and get in those lightest areas. And I'm just going to start by going over, like you want to go over, like past the lightest area. So you kind of say that you're blending it together. So I'm not going just where the lightest is, I'm going all the way around that and kind of blending the color in together. And this looks like it's blending very nice, so we may just be able to use this color to blend the whole page together actually. So it kind of gives that in there. That's great. Okay, then let's do her nose. In there. Okay, let's get her forehead. Trying to pull some of that red down from her forehead. Okay, then let's do this cheek. Okay, one there, little right here. Okay, now to really smooth this in, we're going to take a paper stump or tortillon and some Gamsol. And I put just a little bit of Gamsol in a jar that I can put a lid on so that I don't have the entire bottle open and out. Okay, so we just put a little bit onto our paper stump, and we're just going to go right over it and kind of blend those colors together. And this is going to break up some of that wax and help the colors blend together smoothly. And let's do half of her face and then we'll take a look, see if we can see a difference. You can press with this, kind of press it into the paper and blend. You start feeling like you're working too hard for the blend, go ahead, dip your tortilla back in and then make sure it's not dripping. So you want to kind of shake it off in the jar. And then go back in. Okay, so that's kind of half her face done, this half. And this half we haven't used that on yet. But kind of blends the colors together, gives her a nice red look. If we used the pink on all of it, we would have diluted the red, and we don't want that. We want it to look red. Okay, so let's go in on the other side. Finish her face. Okay, and then let's come and do the same thing down her neck and the rest of her body. So we just use that paper stump, a little Gamsol when we need it. right. Look at that. She looks amazing. I like it. You can go and add pencil right over the top of the Gamsol if there is something that you want darker or a little different tone. Want to add a little something, you can right over the top of the Gamsol, don't be afraid. But that is our red, beautiful mermaid girl. She looks fabulous. Now, just a little tip with your paper stump here. You've now got quite a bit of red on the tip of that, and it can transfer to something else. So you can clean it off. You don't need to throw it away and get a new stump. You can just get a little sandpaper. This is just a little rough sandpaper. You can get some at the hardware store, or you can buy a kit of these. I'll have in the description box below that will come with a little sandpaper. And you can just sand that paper that has the color. Just kind of rotate your stump while you sand so that you get a nice point when you're done. I'm not getting any more color off, it's looking good. Then you have a whole new paper stump to use on a completely different color. So that's that. And this looks great. I love her red skin, and we'll do some more of these fantasy colors, so stay tuned for that. I hope you have a wonderful day. You find some time to relax and color and enjoy yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye!